Holy moly, guys, I am so excited for this video. Not only am I reviewing a brand new Nintendo game, a brand new Kirby game for the Nintendo Switch, but I have a very special guest to help me with this video, and it is very exciting to me. So you've probably seen from the title and thumbnail, I figured since Kirby's such a little guy, who can I get? Who can I get in this video to help me review it? Ant-Man. But of course I didn't want to get Paul Rudd to set up a camera and give him a script, so we're just going to give him a buzz on the phone. He's a huge Nintendo Switch fan, and I'm going to just ask him really quick what he thinks of the game, and then we can dive into this review. This is really exciting. I actually haven't spoken to him on the phone yet.
Hey Wood, man, what's going on? It's been a while. How you doing?
Hey man, okay, I know you're really busy, so I'm gonna make it really quick, and this isn't Ant-Man, is it?
Close. It's, you called ANTDUDE, not Ant-Man. It's a common misconception. What's going on?
Jiminy Crickets. Alright, listen, you'll do, it's fine. I wanted Ant-Man, not ANTDUDE. Already put Paul Rudd in the thumbnail. Gonna get hate for that. It's your fault, not mine. Listen, the new Kirby game just came out. I hear you're kind of a Kirby fan, right?
How could you tell?
You'll do. Look, listen, I'll catch up with you at the end of this video. For now, I'm going to continue with my portion of this review. Not as cute as Paul Rudd. Actually, you kind of are. Look, I'm not going to get into this now. I'll catch up with you soon. Kirby Star Allies for Nintendo Switch was pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be. Through the recent Nintendo Directs, we saw a lot of gameplay of this game. We saw that it was a traditional style Kirby game with the familiar pink puffball that we know and love. We also saw a lot of returning characters like Meta Knight and King Dedede, and one of the newest things we saw is this time, rather than just sucking up your friends, that sounds wrong. We also saw you could acquire the help of your enemies by throwing a heart at them and becoming friends. You could have up to 3 friends at any given time, making a party of 4. You can share abilities and come together to take down obstacles in your path. Now, we saw all of that in the trailers, in the gameplay, and everything leading up to the game, and it left us wondering, what surprises does this Kirby game have in store? None. There was none. And I guess in a way that was disappointing. You definitely can't say Nintendo lied to us. They showed us exactly what this game was going to be. But for me, it felt kind of short and it felt kind of empty. But that's not to say I didn't have a lot of fun playing it. When I initially came home with this game, I streamed it for about an hour on my own. And despite the fact I was having fun live streaming, I really wasn't enjoying the game. My immediate reaction was that I was kind of let down. The game was pretty, it looked nice, and it was really cutesy fun, but the actual game was already dragging for me an hour in. But then the next day I sat down with Kim and we played this game together in co-op mode, and even replaying that first hour that I already played was about 10 times more fun, which instantly told me that this is definitely a game best played with a friend. And from there we went on and completed the rest of the game, and again, sitting down with her and playing through this game, it was a nice time. We did have a lot of fun together. But at no point did I ever feel like it was $60 worth of fun. $40, sure, but for a game that's only 6 hours long, it does get extremely repetitive really soon. It's about the easiest game I've played in a very long time. I've seen a lot of people online saying, yeah, well, it's easier because it's a kid's game. I never really let that excuse fly though, because when I was a kid, I was playing Kirby and it was a lot harder than this. I was playing things like Turtles. I was playing things like Mario Brothers. Kids like a challenge. Kids can enjoy and have fun with a challenging game that actually tests them. But beyond that, I think it's so easy to the point where it's not a challenge for anyone. Not a kid, not an adult. Literally no risk of dying in this game. We went through the game and it had about 100 lives at the end, and it was just meaningless. The amount of lives we had didn't matter. It was just kind of ridiculous that we had so many. I think in our total playthrough we only died 2 or 3 times, and it was purely from Kirby falling down a gap. We happened to slip up and fall down and hit the bottom of the screen and die. But in all reality, you can spam the fly button as much as you want, so there's no reason for that to happen unless you just misclick. Most of the worlds have you scrolling from left to right, and sure, there's obstacles in those worlds like big, sharp, spinning electric discs, but they are so slow and so easy to avoid 100% of the time that they do not promote any kind of threat. And worst case scenario, you hit that thing, you take a little bit of damage, and you just keep going. It doesn't push you back. You don't really have to try and avoid it to get past it. You can just float on right through it, take a little bit of damage, and eat an ice cream on the other side and be fine. And I think the boss fights are the most disappointing thing for me because they are just... They are easier than any other part of the game. These aren't like Mega Man bosses where you need to study their distinct patterns to see when and where you can actually hit them. Most of the time, I just stood right underneath the boss and just attacked up until it was dead. Usually when I make these reviews, I start really positive with all the great things about the game, and then I kind of tackle the things that maybe might put you off. But in this case, I really wanted to make sure that if you decide to buy this game because of my video, and I you know, it's a fun game and I will talk about that, I just want to make it very abundantly clear that it's extremely easy with absolutely zero challenge. And personally, I think if you play it on your own, you're not going to have a ton of fun. But even with one other person at the minimum, you can actually have some fun with this game. So we're going to talk about that next. I actually went to GameStop to pick this up, and in case you don't believe me, here's a clip of that. But here I am leaving GameStop, got my copy of Kirby, so just in case anyone doesn't believe me that I actually picked up this game at GameStop. Wait, why wouldn't anyone believe me that I bought the game at GameStop? This whole joke is pointless. You're right, I have no clue what the point of this whole sketch is. Exactly, it really doesn't matter where I got the game from, so we'll just ignore this whole part of the video and we'll just keep going with the review. Oh, by the way, in about 5 minutes, you spill that coffee on your lap and it's really hot and it burns your thighs, so you might just want to not hold that while you're driving. Yeah, okay, because I'm that clumsy. I think I would know me better than you would. I'm fine, don't worry about it, buddy. Okay, can't say I didn't warn you. So when you play in single player, you only play as Kirby, which Kim really enjoyed that. I kind of found that boring in my first hour that I played the game, but when we played co-op, I got to play the other characters. I got to play all the characters that she was getting on the team. And that's actually pretty fun, especially when you unlock Dee and Meta Knight and you can play as those characters. They play and feel almost exactly like they're in Smash Bros. But getting to change between all those different characters all the time and then combining whatever ability I had with water or ice or electric or fire, it actually was pretty fun. In fact, the little waddly Dee thing with the big spear, you can charge up a move and you can fly for quite a while, spitting out fireballs or thunderbolts, and things like that were actually really cool. Even though the enemies were really easy to beat, it was just fun blasting stuff all over the place. All up, for me, it's a really cutesy game, it's really positive. It was hard for me to sit there with Kim and not have fun. I'm playing a light, fun, adorable Kirby game with my fiance. I liked that. I only wish there was some kind of challenge. If you wanted to make it that easy, put in an easy mode. The reason why the game is so short is because you just breeze through it first time with really no trial and error whatsoever. But then again, I'm not a huge Kirby guy. I haven't played a Kirby game since the NES. But you know who is a huge Kirby fan? ANTDUDE, not Ant-Man. Unfortunately, ANTDUDE. So let's cut to him now and hear his thoughts.
Well, alright then. So hey everybody, if this is your first time seeing me, welcome. It's nice to meet you too. I am a massive Kirby fan. I have been ever since the beginning. The original Game Boy and NES titles are some of my earliest games ever. And as far as why I like them, they're not my favorite games of all time, but they're kind of a complete package. They're fun, they look great, they have awesome music. I could go on, and I have. On my channel, I've already done videos on, like, everything. Everything. I have made far too much content on Kirby. I probably need help. So in a nutshell, Star Allies is practically the perfect co-op traditional Kirby game. Not to say that single player is terrible, but if you have played the Wii and 3DS games that came right before it, it is definitely weaker. That being said, no matter how you play it, it is still a really fun time. The ability combinations keep things constantly fresh, the gorgeous visuals were a sight to behold from start to finish, and really now, how can you say a game is bad when you can see something like this? as it's too good for words. We don't deserve this. The most I can really say about Star Allies is there really isn't a whole lot to say. On a base level, when you look at the entire series, there's some cool stuff here and there, like some fan service, but on the whole, it's a great multiplayer game and a good single player game. Take that for what you will.
And you know who else is a huge Kirby fan? Kim. And since we... Oh, I'm actually playing with the mic right now. And since we played it together, what did you think of Kirby?
It was good.
All right, thanks.
What is this contraption? Is not right.
It's fine. You don't
This
want
looks
this?
weird.
All right, fine. I'll give you the whole thing.
You ever see that movie Stuck on You?
All right, I'm going to leave you here all on your own.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
There you go. You're good. What did you think of Kirby?
I liked it. I think it's really similar to the Super Nintendo one that I loved, that I played a lot. I think it's a little bit easier than that one.
You think it's too easy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think if you're a hardcore Kirby fan, you'd love it?
I think you would like it for nostalgia purposes because they reuse a lot of like the same characters and the same songs.
So overall, out of 10, what would you give it?
I give it like a 7.
A 7?
I'd give it a 7.
I'd give it like a 6.
I'll give it like a strong
A
7.
strong 6.3. Okay, thanks, bye. Well guys, there you have it. That's 3 different opinions on the same game, and I think we all kind of came to the same point. Without going back through and playing the game again, or collecting all the puzzle pieces, or unlocking all the bonus worlds, or doing everything you can, and we're talking about just 6 hours of the game from start to finish. If you think that's worth 60, if you're a Kirby fan, or if you just want to play that next Nintendo Switch first party IP, then this might be the game for you. However, if you're not huge on Kirby, or you're looking for more of a challenge, or you just don't have the 60 to spend right now on a 6-hour-ish game, then maybe this game isn't for you. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below if you've played the game and if you love it or hate it, or if you think you might pick it up and try it out for yourself. Remember to like this video, subscribe, because you know I appreciate it. Again, a huge thank you to ANTDUDE for helping me out on this video. Make sure to go check out his channel. I had a brief cameo in his Kirby review. There'll be links down below for that. Thank you, ANTDUDE. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Kim, who was already not listening, but she's sat right there playing The Sims, for coming up here and helping a little bit. Why are you waving? The camera's pointed towards me.